we have a little short vignette from one of our local libertarians, Darren Wolfe. Darren is the former Eastern Vice Chair of the Libertarian Party of Pennsylvania. He does articles. He's a very prolific blogger as the International Libertarian, and his articles have appeared in American Juror, opednews.com, and the state party newsletter, The Libertarian Pen. He's also been on nollandchart.com, in addition to his International Libertarian blog. A lot of the news services have picked up links to his articles, including the New York Post and the Rational Review. He's here today to talk to us about his latest project, Focus on Peace, which is a politically neutral peace movement. Please join me in welcoming the Valley Boys Brew and Ale, Darren Wolfe.
Thank you, Ken. So, my liberty-loving friends here at the Valley Forge Beef and Ale, and of course all of you out in the cyber world. Let's start with a little full disclosure. This may come as a surprise to some of you, but I'm a staunch libertarian. Like most libertarians, I advocate peace. I've tried working the left's peace movement, and I've been frustrated by the fact that they insist on tacking onto their agenda the social and economic ideas that the liberty-minded just can't endorse. This is why I founded Focus on Peace, to be a peace movement that everybody can comfortably join. Well, I'll put it down about here. How's that? Let's back up a little bit and talk about how this all got started. Libertarians are reaching out to the left to stand together for peace. Myself, I approached the organizers. Thank you, Steve. I approached the organizers of the October 16th Peace Rally in Philadelphia at their planning meeting they had a few days before the event. The meeting started out with them wanting to find out who I was, so they said, everybody around the table, go ahead and introduce yourself and say a few words about your affiliation. The introductions went something like this. Hi, I'm so-and-so with the Communist Party. I'm so-and-so with Progressive Democrats of America. I'm so-and-so with the Socialist Party. I could go on, but I'm sure you get the idea. I was very politely but very firmly told at that meeting that they were completely unwilling to change their agenda at all to accommodate people of other points of views. This would be for future rallies, of course, not for the one coming up that Saturday. When the left tacks on to their anti-war coalitions a social and economic agenda that the liberty-minded, the conservatives, also cannot endorse, what they're telling us is, you're not welcome. We're not saying that they need to change their advocacy in any way. The individuals and the organizations that are part of these anti-war coalitions, their speakers can say all the same things they've been saying. They can hold up all the same signs they've been holding up. We're just saying that the coalition itself needs to be politically neutral. That way everybody can join in good conscience. On other sides of the political spectrum, you have libertarians and you have conservative groups that are anti-war. With few exceptions, they're not explicitly peace groups. Also, and again with few exceptions, they don't do peace rallies and they don't engage in explicitly peace activism. Of course, the people on the left will have nothing to do with that. This creates a big chasm between the two sides. My recent experience with the Chester County Peace Movement, that's Chester County, Pennsylvania, I should be clear for people watching online. My recent experience with the Chester County Peace Movement, also attaching a political and social agenda to their activism, was the last straw. Their call for people to make and hold up signs supporting the government unions in Wisconsin. This was at their weekly peace vigil, which they hold in Westchester, Pennsylvania. That was when I ended my association with them. All of this led me to the conclusion that maybe it's not the smartest thing to try to change the left's anti-war movement. The thing to do is broaden the anti-war movement, to add to it an organization that everybody can comfortably join. And this is why I created Focus on Peace, a peace activism group with no political agenda attached. We advocate only for peace and nothing else. Why should you join us, you may ask? Well, if you're a libertarian or an anti-war conservative, I think the answer becomes obvious. Now, you can engage in peace activism without feeling like you're endorsing the left's entire agenda. Now, if you're on the left, I'm sure there are many of you out here. Now, I know that none of you here are, but it's perhaps online, some would like to join us on that. If you're on the left, join us too. I have talked to a number of people who are on the left who said they like the idea of working with people with other ideologies. Now, don't leave the peace groups that you're working with now. I'm not saying that. Matter of fact, we need them strong. Even if you're perfectly happy with the peace movement the way it is, join us. We need your support. Surely, peace lovers of all political persuasions can see the value of broadening the peace movement. Focus on Peace held its first action on Saturday, March 19th in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. This was to coincide with the World Can't Wait call for rallies on the anniversary of the invasion of Iraq. It was a success. We had 5 peace lovers attend, including the last speaker, James Babb. Thank you very much for that. We stood at a very busy corner by the King of Prussia Mall. Now, our message seemed very well received there compared to other places I've done this kind of activism at. There were many honks for peace, beep beep, and only a few insults. We all had a great time, and everybody said they were ready to do it again. Now, some of the signs that we held up included the Focus on Peace one. You guys have to tell me if I'm getting it on the screen.
It's too high.
Bring it down a little bit.
Down?
Just read it for us.
Okay, it says Focus on Peace, a politically neutral peace movement. And just put this aside over here. We also had some of the required, I guess, honk for peace signs. Are they showing?
On the table. Is the best place. Yes, just like that.
Okay.
Not next to the table.
Honk for peace. And of course we had the peace messages on the back. Now, what I know will be the favorite of the people in this room, we had quotes from the founders, warning of the dangers of war. Actually, perhaps I should say, this one would be the favorite of the people in this room, right? End the Fed, end the wars. Okay. Our next action is actually coming up soon. It's going to be April 9th in New York City. We're going to join with our friends on the left, the United National Anti-War Committee, who are going to be doing a very big rally at Union Square. This is at noon, Saturday, April 9th in New York. Focus on Peace is going there. We're calling the event Flyer the Rally. We're going to be handing these out. I want to reach out to the serious activists who are there. I would encourage those of you who can attend to be there. It should be a lot of fun. Now, excuse me, the wars abroad are less popular now than they have ever been. Now is the time to give people who are not on the left in their thinking a place to go to advocate for peace. Hopefully, Focus on Peace will fill this role. I also hope that all of you in this room would join us. Okay. I do know there is a lot of room for people to join the peace movement, even those who traditionally are not a part of it. I'd like to go back to what I mentioned before about Chester County Peace Movement and the peace rallies in Westchester. That they have an interesting scene there. Chester County Peace Movement occupies one corner, and the Chester County Victory Movement occupies another. And it's all nice and organized. Every week they switch sides, and going, standing across from each other. The other side sometimes calls themselves the American Sheepdogs. One day, I was standing there with my signs advocating peace. I was also standing there with my Gadsden flag, the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, for those who don't know about the Gadsden idea. Anyway, one of the people walked across the street, and he said, "There are Democrats here." And I looked at him, "What?" He says, "There are Democrats here. Why are you standing on this side of the street holding up your Gadsden flag and the sign says, 'End the Fed'? You should be across the street with us." I said, "Well, actually, I'm standing over here because I advocate peace. I mean, I know these people next to me are on the left, but they advocate peace too." And this guy said, "No, I'm for peace." He said, "I'm a libertarian. I support Ron Paul." Okay. He says, "I support Ron Paul." He says, "But I would never stand over here with these people on the left. They hate America. They disrespect the troops." I said, "Well, I can't really speak for anybody else here, but I stand here representing my libertarian ideas and advocating peace, and I won't go across the street to stand with you guys because when you say you support the troops, to me that says you support their mission, you support the war." He says, "I'm not disrespecting anybody. That's not my intention. My intention is strictly to stand for what I believe in." I said, "Matter of fact, I think we should turn this around. You should come over here and stand with me." He said, "No, I don't think so." But it's people like that who can be brought into the peace movement, I think, if we can give them a peace movement that they see as worthy of joining. And that's what it all comes down to, I think, is we need to take the idea of advocating peace away from being a left-wing idea and bring it into being more of a mainstream idea. So, does anybody have any questions, comments? No tomatoes, though, please. Yes.
I was just wondering with the idea of having a politically neutral peace movement, if some on the left might take "End the Feds" as being a politically charged statement.
Absolutely. Yes. Now, I think this is an area where it gets a little bit complicated because I, of course, have my point of view. Everybody has their point of view. And as an individual, I see that I can go to a Focus on Peace event and hold up a sign that advocates my view of how we should have peace or how we can bring about peace. Focus on Peace as an organization does not have a point of view as such. So you'll never see on the Focus on Peace website "End the Fed" or spend money on government health care or anything like that. So that's basically it. It's inevitable at any peace rally, people are going to hold up signs advocating their point of view. Okay? Well, thank you, and I hope to see you at the next rally.
Thank you, Darren. It's always good to see somebody get up and take matters into their own hands, where they see a problem, they see a solution, most importantly, follow through on it. Darren, I applaud you for your efforts.